All right, so today we're going all the way to Arizona to check in with the creator of AGTT. Also, a man with a heart of gold, but very misunderstood at times. So, ladies and gentlemen, the man, Jeff Wacker.
What's going on, everybody? How you
Hey, what's
doing?
good, man? How you holding up in Arizona?
Um, we cool, man. My family's safe, thank God. We do know somebody in Mexico who got sick and ill and passed away within like 2 weeks, so that sucks. But we're doing good. Business is slow, but I'm just consolidating my days, just limiting my exposure, going out, gloving up, wearing masks when I have to, things of that nature. Hands is dry as shit.
Yeah.
Sanitizing them bitches 12 times a day, but I'm good.
See that's the whole thing. You got to be safe. You got to be healthy. And you kind of transitioned to my first question I have for you. In regards to repairs and replacements, like you said, slow. Is it super slow, or like shed a little light on that?
It's like Arizona is those who've been out here for years know the ebbs and flows of the market, and typically right after Thanksgiving until the end of the year, we get pretty slow, like maybe a third to a half of our business drops down until after the first year. And to me, that's what it feels like right now. Fortunately for me, even though I'm one of those guys who a lot of guys talk shit about, because I'm just a tailgate warrior, just working out of my garage, out of my house. But times like this, them low operating costs are coming in really handy, because fortunately, I don't need as many jobs to get through as some other guys I know with large operations.
Right. Yeah, that actually makes sense. Low overhead, makes sense. And in times like this, hey, you gotta try to get by, and hopefully this pass over so we all can get back to where we were and get back to making money and having a good time, and not have this whole sad situation over us.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, it's scary, and a lot of guys know I was about ready to jump right into the calibration side. I was going to get me a shop set up and buy the equipment, and man, sometimes things happen for a reason. I'm glad I didn't, because that would have been a big burden to carry right now on top of everything else. So, blessings come in different shapes and sizes,
That's right, man. And I got a question for you. So, I'm repair only. So I'm always online. I see different things, and shout out to my man Shane Otwell, I would love to ask him this question. So if you're watching this, Shane, set the time up to talk about it now. So I see all these things about rebates, and it seems like in Arizona, that's the rebate capital. So can you shed a little light to me on how this rebate stuff work?
Well, Arizona is the rebate capital now, since every other place it's been at, it's either illegal or going to be illegal. Mm-hmm. The rebates, it's a double-edged sword, and I'm going to try to make this unbiased as I can. Michelin and, BF Goodrich and all these tire shops, companies, corporate-wise, on the tire manufacturer side, always have specials. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free.
Right.
And that's directly coming down from the manufacturer. That's a manufacturer rebate. Just, like with a mattress or, their car. They're always talking about factory rebates.
Right.
That's good. It helps the consumer out. But the rebate situation with the windshields is zero regulation. A lot of shops deceive the customers by saying, you'll get, a trip. It turns out it's just some timeshare bullshit. Or you'll get up to $300, whatever. And you get like $20 cash and a bunch of bullshit ass coupons or something. There's always some kind of scam. Mm-hmm. And then it also opens the door for shitty work, where the last part of the equation is usually the technician. Right. So guys with poor appearance and using crappy glue and not doing jobs right are usually the guys who work at these companies. Now, some companies have some decent employees. Right. Some don't. Right. But what it does is it also opens up the door for a lot of fraud, and there's been many cases of fraud. Many cases, from salespeople all the way up to whole shops. Right. And it seems like every 6 months there's another indictment coming out, somebody else getting sued for fraud. And a lot of customers are starting to learn that dealing with somebody is, doing quality work You know, you're gonna get their car done right. You know, that quick buck and the scam of overbilling your insurance just isn't worth it. So the rebates in thought process are a good way, but it's just totally gotten blown out of proportion with scams and fraud.
Right, yeah, you're right. I look at Glass bites a lot, or get the Google thing, the Google alerts that pop up, and you forever seeing somebody getting some kind of fraudulent or some kind of case up against them. So yeah, you're right. It's crazy. It's a lot of fraud in our industry, but maybe it's the same rate in other industries with fraud, and maybe not.
Well, it's just like body shops. I mean, body shops fall into the same umbrella as us. There's these shops that want to, waive $1,000 deductible. Well, that's $1,000 worth of work they ain't doing on your car. Right. They're not buying parts. I was just at a body shop and this guy had a 71 Chevelle. That's a sick ride. It looks clean, and then you see why it's in there for. And someone hit it, and it had like 3/8 worth of thick of Bondo on the side of the car. Right. So, they waived the deductible or did something, and then there's just some shitty work. So, buyer beware.
Yeah, I got you on that. Buyer beware. So next question for you, man. We always seeing Dow or Die, Seeker Strong, all the different, the taglines that people have created, and right. So I wanted to check in and ask you, or maybe Jaime, Mark O'Brien, somebody with Dow, Seeker, hey, get with us so we can get your take on it. But I wanted your take right now, Jeff, on what urethane do you use, and what's the importance of urethane?
Right now, I use Dow, and I've been using Dow now. I want to say maybe 11 or 12 years. Okay. Before that, I had used SRP and Dynatrol. Okay. I used Sika many moons ago. Probably, I probably was using Sika before some of the guys in the group were even born, which is kind of funny. But I was using Sika back in the 90s at Safe Flight. Okay. So I've used them all. And, all those are all OEM manufacturers at some point, but using a high grade product is, kind of like the staple of your workmanship. So, you could have the best window in the world, but if you're using crappy glue, right. Now with the recalibration, you want a glue that's, safe to drive in a fairly fast time, right. And Sika and Dow both have 60 and 30 minute glues now. Sika's come out with this 15-minute super fast dry glue. Gotcha. So to me, personally, with all the taglines and all that stuff, it's just for fun and games. But, if you're using Sika or SRP or Dow or Dynatrol, as long as you're doing everything right and doing everything good, those are all good manufacturers. Now, I have seen some crazy stuff, mostly in California, probably just because it's closer, but I see a lot of weird Chinese shit coming over. Right. Maybe $1, $2 cheaper a tube, and if that $1 or $2 is worth it for you, then maybe you should find a different job. But using a high quality glue in the right situation. Right. I use Express 30 on all my replacements, but I also carry some of this crap. Pull it out right here. Okay. Now this is water, but I do a lot of body shop work, and there's some applications where I need a really low viscosity glue. Okay. And that's where coming in and getting complete training and knowing which glue works in each situation. That you can't. Ketchup's good, but you can't put ketchup on everything. Right. You know what I mean?
So it comes from having good product, and I see the classes that like Jaime and Mark O'Brien, that they have. So I'm assuming that's what those certification classes and knowledge where you learn more about what to use for what application, where that comes in at.
Yeah, and and doing your own training. I mean, I've been through David DeWalt Jr.'s class. Okay. And I've been through Jaime's class several times. Okay. And I've also done the class online. And there's stuff that I learned online that I didn't learn with Jaime. And there's stuff I learned with Jaime that I didn't learn with David. And there's stuff and vice versa. So, right. There's different avenues to get the training. But if you really want to be good at what you do and talk all the shit we talked, you better do what you're doing and get trained.
Gotcha. All right, so let's switch gears for a second here now. I'm gonna put you on the hot seat. I'm sure you're familiar with this. So here we go. If I was coming into Phoenix for a 3-day weekend, you got to take me out to dinner every night. Where are we going and why?
All right. Well, one place that I've taken a few visitors to is Lolo's Chicken and Waffles.
Okay. I think you went out with Hot Carl, right?
No. The last person I took there was Joe.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to take Carl there, but I took Tanner Peters there when he was out here. I took Joe from Cheech and Chong's Auto Glass there.
Right.
Now we all know, well, kind of know that maybe Roscoe's was the forefather of the chicken and waffles craze. But I've been to Roscoe's in LA, and Lolo's smashes it.
Okay.
So I know you guys down in the South, you guys got your spots, but Lolo's is the shit. So we definitely go to Lolo's.
Okay.
I would. There's a local establishment, a steakhouse called Rustler's Roost, which is really cool. It's sitting up on the side of a mountain that overlooks all of Phoenix. Okay. So that's really cool. It has some Southwest flair. You can get things like rattlesnake and things like that to eat. And it has a very unique way of exiting when you're all done. You go down a spiral slide. Okay. So it's kind of, it's not super formal. It's nice, but it's a really, really good place. Okay. And then, 3 nights, we definitely have to hit up a Mexican spot. All right. I would, depending on your, if you want real super authentic Mexican, there's a Mexican seafood restaurant here that's Jason Horn to. Okay. It's really, really good. And the life of me, I'm missing the name. I just know where it is. It's one of those spots. You don't know what the hell it's called. You just go there.
Yeah, you just know where it's at.
You just know where it's at. And then there's another Mexican spot that's kind of like some good Southwest American Mexican food called Popo's. And my local people will know about Popo's. It's small. It's what you could probably consider a dive, but it's great food and cold beer and good atmosphere. So, and man, it would take you a month to get through all the food in Phoenix. Okay, well, I'll get you 30 days fat here.
30 days fat. I see that. So another question for you. When I saw you at the SEMA show, all right, so I saw you I think I saw you every day during SEMA. But one day I looked down, you got on Ultra Boost. Another day I saw you had on some J's. Another day you had on some Air Max. So I take it you're a sneakerhead. So shed a little light on some sneakers that you be rocking, man.
I'm a sneakerhead. I'm not, because I'm a family man, I got responsibilities. I don't have the sneakers up the way I wish, but I'm probably sitting on maybe 50 pairs of sneakers right now. Okay. And man, it started for me back in junior high when the Jordan craze first started. When I was in junior high, the 3s and the 4s came out. Right. And when the Jordan 4s came out, that was probably when the shoe game really started taking off. Then Dominique had his, and then Spud Webb. You had your City Wings with the ponies. Back in the day, even before that, the Kangaroos of Walter Payton. Mm-hmm. And Bo Jackson with the trainers. Man, it goes. I've had everything from Kangaroos to Lecoq Sportif. With the Philly flavor with Will Smith. Gotcha. But the Air Max the Air Max 95s are classic. Can't go wrong with those. Yeah. But man, even the simple shoes, man. Sneakerheads will appreciate things like this. But going back to like the Adidas Stan Smith. Right. Yes. And the Puma suedes. Yeah. You got to have the classics and the staples. So. Yeah. I know there's some sneakerheads in the group, and I would definitely love to. We could even have a little offshoot, some sneaker conversations. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, to all our sneakerheads in the group, let us know what you rocking, why you rocking it, and drop some pictures of what you rocking. And
yeah, definitely.
Last question before I let you get out of here, man. I'd be appreciative of your time. I see you got on a TJ shirt, and you gave me this game a while back. I think it's the Auto Glass Week last year. You told me the story, but I want you to tell everybody else the story about how you actually collect Auto Glass T-shirts.
Yeah. So when the group started jumping off and I started meeting guys in other places, Eric Wolf from Windshield Express in Covina, a little shout out. He got some new shirts and he sent me a shirt. And I was like, all right. And so I sent him a shirt, and then we started going back and forth. And then I got Mike Stevens involved, Bill Stone King in Oklahoma, Chris in the Bay.
Yeah.
And then this shirt, TJ's, this is our newest small business owner in the group, Terry Smith, over there in North Cackalack. He just got his shit popping off, so he sent me a shirt. He's got one coming back, but yeah, I try to trade shirts with everybody that I can. I probably got 10, 12 different shirts from all over. I got my CBA shirts all over. I got some with Brian Hoffman up in Buffalo, and Big Tim down in Georgia. He got them. So yeah,
I saw Tim with your shirt. We actually went out to eat. Me and Monique went out for Taco Tuesday with him and Crump, and he had a CBA on. And when we were in Vegas during the SEMA show, Chuck Hauser, shout out to Chuck. He brought us some shirts. So you got me on the shirt collecting craze too, man.
Yeah, I got one of Chuck's. Let me see. I got Chuck's. I got Mike Stevens. I got Bill Stone King. I got Drift. Exo Shield Marissa. She sent me a shirt. I got a few. Now I got TJ's Terry Shop. So, showing the love around the country. Now, speaking of that, now I'm gonna use your time to plug away a little something. Everybody knows how I be making shirts for the group.
That's right.
And let me get this popped up real quick. I got some new shirts popping, and this is going to be the reveal. So, what we got here, if everybody can see it, this is a baseball style themed shirt.
Okay.
And then here, since we always be watching out for hacks, we got your Auto Glass Illuminati. It's not super fancy designs, but
hey, simple is best, man.
This one here is an old school classic that a lot of guys asked about. A Safe Light shirt. So we got that one. And then here, this is for our current state of the world.
All right.
Essentials.
Essential workers. Shout out to all the Auto Glass essentials out there working.
Yeah, you see how I little played on the logo right there?
There we
go.
So
those who were at SEMA, remember how we had our SEMA shirts and played on that? Yeah. And then here, this is ones for the sheriff. Got our Jack Daniels logo.
Jack Daniels, I'm feeling it.
And then I know down at the bottom it's hard to read, but what it says is, quality work ain't cheap, and cheap work ain't quality. And it says approved in conjunction with the independence of Auto Glass, standing tall to fight against corporate bullshit.
There we go.
And then at the bottom it says 1,000 milligrams of 100% truth. We got that one, and then let me see what else. And then I got some new hats coming out. We're gonna have 2 different trucker style hats.
Okay.
And we got down, and then this is the flex style for the old like Gary's grandpas of the group. Gotcha. And then we still got the flat bills, and then here's the new different color style.
Two-tone. Okay, I'm feeling that. The two-tone. Yeah.
So I'm going to be doing a post later on today with all that stuff, and we're going to leave it up for the weekend so everybody can buy some new gear if they want. Keep staying fresh, represent the group.
Well, appreciate the review of the shirts and the gear, man, and appreciate you for your time to shed some light on some things. And for everybody else in AGTT, hit us up so we can check in with y'all to see how things are going through COVID-19, and stay safe and stay healthy, man.
Hey, I want to say something real quick, Corey. I appreciate everything you do, man. You've been with the group since day one. Ever since Sacramento Open House, you're the very first one. You've never asked for anything. You've never pushed anything. You've always been helpful to everybody. And you always help out whenever we need help. And I really, really appreciate that for that, man. Because I know the group, we were edgy, and I know a lot of people don't like us, but I appreciate the love since day one, man. For real.
No worries, brother. I appreciate you, and appreciate everybody in the group for having us. We love to have fun and have a good time. So appreciate everything, man. And you take care.
All right. Peace, brother. Out.
All right.